Hey guys, so today I wanted to make a tips for collecting Militaria video. This is video number 8. It's been right at 2 years since the last one I made. If you get a chance, go back and check out the first 7 videos. Just my way of kind of helping you guys out, look for items, grow your collection, build relationships, and just different ideas and tips that have helped me along the way to get to where I am in collecting and with my collection. I want to give a special shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day to you. Being a father it's a blessing. It's very rewarding and everything. Y'all know I have 4 children and I love them very much. I'm so thankful for each and every one of them and for, being allowed or, for God blessing me with them, being able to be their father, their dad, their parent and everything. It's very rewarding. And I love my family very much. And I'm sure you guys that are fathers love your family and children as well. But again, I wanted to go ahead and do this tips video. I hope you get something out of this and it'll help you out in your collecting. And like I said, check out the other videos as well. But I've listed I think about 12 or 13 things here. And some of them I might have mentioned in other videos, because I can't really think back all the years and what I've said before. So y'all bear with me if I have repeated myself. But it doesn't hurt though, because there's new viewers. But the first thing I got wrote down is, back up and save your videos, your pictures, your list to USB drive. I've got probably 5 or 6 USB drives with videos I've recorded here for YouTube, pictures, lists, different information, just in case, something happened and things go away, something happens with the internet or websites or just different things that you've got, stuff that you've put hard work and time into. You don't want to lose that, so back it up on a USB drive. Over the years, I've looked at different places trying to find items for my collection. And honestly, I found a lot of stuff at places like Goodwill and thrift stores. Now, y'all hear me talk about antique stores and flea markets and estate sales a lot, but Goodwill and thrift stores, you can find some really good stuff in there. And when I first started collecting, I was collecting DVDs and books. And I found I couldn't tell you how many DVDs and books super cheap, in my younger days when I was a teenager and stuff. And even now, for super cheap and everything. So if you're looking for books and movies and stuff, check out Goodwill and thrift stores. You can also find some uniforms. I mean, you just never know what you can find in those places. So many items are donated by family members that don't need or want whatever it may be. So check those out and hopefully you get some stuff for your collection. Also, make lists on your phone of items you're looking for, because pretty much everybody has a phone nowadays, most everybody, and, you're out and about and everything, and you might see something that you're interested in and not sure if it's something you already have or something that you do want or do need. So make a list on your phone or write it down on a piece of paper and put it in your billfold or wallet or something just so you have that. Take pictures and stuff, have all that stuff readily available to yourself when the time comes and you're in that particular situation. When buying uniforms and jackets, a lot of times it's fun, finding a laundry number or a name. Sometimes when you first open, the jacket up, the name or laundry number will be in the back part. But sometimes you can look inside the shoulder area. So check inside the shoulder areas. Lift up the different flaps and look behind this and that. Don't just look where you think it normally would be, right where the size tag is, because soldiers, they write, their name or laundry number in weird locations inside of pockets. I mean, I've found names in some very random places, so definitely look high and low, and hopefully that'll help you guys find some information on whoever that soldier was. A lot of times that's not the case, but it doesn't hurt to be thorough when you're looking. Something else that's real important, be very careful who you let in your house and who you let know about your collection. You don't want to just let anybody in your house, even if they seem like a nice person or something, because, they might have good intentions, but if word gets out about what you exactly have, what they saw in your house, then the wrong person might hear, and then they might make plans to come back, or find out when you won't be home and unfortunately break in. So look into a security system and just be very wise about who you invite in your house and involve in your collecting and everything. Also, I would say use wisdom whenever you're going to meet somebody, out in public to buy an item, to sell an item. You always want to, I guess, give people the benefit of the doubt that their intentions are sincere and genuine. They don't have any bad intentions at all. But just be very careful about where you meet. If you're meeting in a more private location or public, the different areas or maybe neighborhoods where you're going to meet somebody. Honestly, before I meet somebody, if they're on Facebook, I'll kind of look over their Facebook, just kind of get an idea of maybe the type of person they are. Not judging anybody, but you got to be careful because we live in a crazy world, and you just don't want to find yourself in a bad situation. So be very careful. Use wisdom with that. Um, Also, when it comes to like clothing type items, something you need to be careful for is like bringing in items that already have like issues from pests, like mothing and stuff, the little holes or nips, or because I mean you wouldn't want to bring an item that's got this infected or infested, I should say, and add it with all your stuff right away, because those pests or moths or insects or whatever could transfer to other items, and then you got a big problem on your hands. So whenever you're adding a clothing item, you might want to find like a separate location just for a few days to keep it away from your items, or properly clean it. Be very careful with that. Some people would wash it this way or that way. Just be very careful because these items can be delicate and you don't want to ruin something. Look out for pests. Be very careful because you don't want to ruin some really nice jackets or clothing in your collection because the pests spread, because I mean it can happen. But also, I would say, be careful when you give out information as far as like your good spots of collecting or your honey holes. Now, it's real important to help each other out, support each other, encourage other people to collect and stuff. But I got to be honest, there's been some situations where I've come across, like a really good area or a good contact or whatever to get some really cool items in my collection. And, I don't necessarily want to just tell all the details of that, until maybe I'm done kind of, getting what I want out of that collection, or kind of already been through that store or whatever the situation is. Not to be greedy or everything, but we all want really cool items for our collection. So, I see people on Facebook, they'll put almost like every single detail and the state and city and almost the address, phone number, and email, which I'm exaggerating a little bit, of where they got these really cool items. And I guarantee you there's people taking notes, they're screenshotting conversations, they're going to go to your honey hole and they're going to go and start getting some good stuff out of there. So just be mindful about how much information you give. But again, we do want to help other collectors out, build relationships, connections, and have good communication, be good stewards and everything. Encourage the younger generation who might just be getting into collecting and stuff. So that's just, I guess, my 2 cents in that situation. Also, this is real important to me. A lot of you other collectors as well. If you're buying an item, from a collection or even just a family member or whatever the situation is, try your very best to keep all items from that soldier or airman or sailor together. Like, instead of just buying a jacket, I mean, if they've got the soldier's canteen or his medals or helmet or boots or whatever, do your very best to keep all that together, because that bothers me so bad when items are split up and go all over the world, it seems like, in different directions, sold to different people, broken up, and that's just terrible in my book. It's terrible. I know a lot of people want to make money. They're not in this for the collecting and everything, but it just bothers me so bad when this person gets a jacket, that person gets the boots, this person gets the medals. Like, that's just terrible in my book. It just really is. It's not a good thing, and it's really sad, and I know a lot of you guys feel like I do, but do your best to keep it together. You might be at a yard sale or something, and you see one random item. Ask the people at the sale, ask the family, like, hey, you've got this helmet that was, your uncle's or cousin or whatever. Do you have any medals or uniforms or anything? Because I really like to keep these items together. Sometimes it'll happen, sometimes it won't, but it doesn't hurt to ask. Another thing, if you really want to get out there and really add some good items to your collection, find about upcoming shows, military shows, gun shows, in your area, or even if you got to travel a little bit, it doesn't hurt to get out and travel and different things and start networking with people. Again, find out upcoming shows and just be willing to travel, because some of the stuff is getting harder to find, not all of it. But sometimes you do got to, put a little more legwork in travel into finding some good quality pieces for your collection. Also, join online groups. There's a lot of groups on Facebook, and, there's other websites that are kind of starting their own thing. I'm on Instagram also. There's U.S. Military Forum. There's so many websites and different groups online you can join and try to find, ways of meeting people and connecting with people and finding items for your collection as well. Um, Keep lists and records of people who have items you might be interested in. Like if I'm looking for something and somebody tells me they have that item or items, or they're going to check and get back to me, you better believe I'm gonna screenshot that conversation, their name, whatever I got to do, and I'm going to follow up with that person because I'm going to pursue those items. Now, you don't want to aggravate somebody, you don't want to harass them and everything every single day. But if somebody says, hey, I'll check and get back with you in a day or two. I mean, if it's been about a week or so, it doesn't hurt to say, hey, I'm just following up with you, just checking back to see if you had a chance to look on this item or whatever. But I do not give up easily on something, And so a lot of times I've had to remind people who, people get busy, they have families, they have jobs and responsibilities, so they can forget it. It can happen, but you better believe I'm going to keep records of this person has that and this person said this. And until I can either find out that hey, they don't have those items, or what, they decided to keep it, or sometimes people just completely disappear. It's strange and everything, especially when people reach out to me that they have some stuff and then they just they disappear off the face of the earth, and you're just kind of like, what happened? Where did they go? I've had that happen to me so many times over the years. It's kind of frustrating though, honestly, especially when they reached out to me. But I will pursue items for a while anyways, and sometimes that does help jog people's memory and helps you add items to your collection. Got one more thing for you. This is very random, and I can tell you it's very important. You got to watch out for stuff like this. So most of you guys know, my wife quit her job back in March, the middle of March, to be a stay-at-home mom, with our children now homeschooled and our baby now. So one day I was at Walmart. My wife called me and said, these things are everywhere. They're flying everywhere. And she was trying to send me a picture and it wouldn't come through. It finally did later on. Long story short, we had termites in our house. And our other house we lived in over 9 years, or about 9 years, and we've been in this house for about 5 almost now. Never had an issue with termites. But I tell you what, they can do some terrible, horrific damage. And we called this company come out, and luckily it was just kind of a confined to one area. It was just kind of like a new activity area, I guess, or nest or colony. But they ended up treating the perimeter of my house. They drilled in the concrete and brick and everything. They had to come back a second time, and they sprayed like this foam stuff behind the drywall in a couple areas, upstairs and downstairs. Check the attic and stuff. So you would not want termites to get to your collection room, because honestly, I was nervous and I was scared that they would make it to my man cave. And I'm like, Lord, please. I was rebuking those termites in Jesus' name and everything else. I was so bothered and frustrated and worried that they were going to get to my room, but they didn't. My room was inspected more than once. They didn't get to it. Haven't seen any activity, in probably over a month or so. And because again, my wife quit her job the middle of March, and it was April 5th, about 2 weeks or so after my wife quit her job, that we had to have this company come out, and it cost us $854 to get our house treated. Now they came back again, didn't charge us anything. We're good for a year, so if we see any other activity or anything, they'll come out however many times. They put these stakes out in the yard every 12 feet. Again, the foam behind the wall, the drilling, the squirting the stuff under the foundation. So you better believe I'm looking in closets and high and low and weird areas in the drywall or around windows or doors. If I see anything, I'm calling them back out, because they can do a lot of damage. And a lot of times, they can be in your house for years and you don't even know until you start seeing the drywall drooping or looking kind of funny, or you just see, a bunch of flying insects around. Like it was like an episode of it was like the movie The Birds, Alfred Hitchcock. I came home from Walmart that day, and it seemed like there was thousands of them flying around in our laundry room, just in that one room. But it was terrible. We were swatting them and spraying them with all kind of aerosol crap. I think we sprayed each other a few times and had the vacuum cleaner hose up in the air trying to suck them out of the air and smashing them with shoes and stomping on them. It was unreal. It was actually kind of humorous, but it freaked us out. So definitely think about getting your house treated for termites. You know, if you can pay some little fee just to get an inspection, it's probably worth doing it. Because I know a lot of you guys, like me, have a lot of money tied up in our collections. My wife collects too. She's got money in her camera collection and stuff. So just protect yourselves, because you would not want to be devastated, one day down the road. But anyways, guys, I hope you like this video. I appreciate all your support and everything. I'm trying to get back in the mode or mood or routine of making videos somewhat regularly. But again, being a family man, working a lot, new baby and everything, life changes and stuff. I just kind of get busy with different things. But I know y'all understand that. I love all of you. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Y'all keep encouraging me, and just keep me in your prayers and my family as well. It means a lot. And I'll be getting back to you soon. So thank you.